Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the Detox dudes in the house. I want to share with you some juice concoction I've been making recently. You know, when I first started on this journey, I started with juice fasting and juicing, and I absolutely loved it, but it was never quite enough. And then I took many months off of juices entirely. And recently I bought this Omega J8006, and I'm just absolutely loving it. I'm loving the life force and the chi of all of the fresh vegetables, sometimes fruits. And honestly, my body's just craving it first thing in the morning, like a nice healthy greens juice. And you know, we go to the store and we see those shots that give us, you know, turmeric, ginger, and you know, lemon, and sometimes honey if we're unlucky. And you know, that's great and all, and that gets the job done, but I want to show you some other super dense vegetables, and some of them are leafy vegetables, and also they just have overall antioxidant, antiviral, antiparasitic qualities, and highly alkalizing, and yeah, and they're also very anti-inflammatory, this whole concoction. So yeah, I've absolutely loved juicing. I think it's a really important piece of the puzzle. I don't think it's enough, right? And that's hence all of the supplements that I had showed you guys if you bought the video coaching program. If not, that you've probably read about on my site. But this is just a really cool little thing. Take a quick shot or two in the middle of the day if you're feeling tired and need a little boost. So I don't know what we'll call this, the Detox Dudes Booster. So I'm going to put this on. Now we're ready. Start with some nice organic lemon. So yeah, this juicer is really awesome. It's actually not the best for the citrus type fruits. It still gets the job done, but it's amazing for leafy vegetables. And you can add cilantro and wheatgrass to this concoction if you really want to make it like a heavy duty chelator. Cilantro and wheatgrass juice are some of the most powerful chelators on the planet, and your body reacts to them way better than it would frozen wheatgrass, previously frozen, or wheatgrass powder, or cilantro tinctures. The fresh wheatgrass and cilantro juice is a whole other animal in terms of chelation. So I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not in a chelating mood right now, but these other vegetables are still badass. So we got some turmeric here. Now, of course, everyone knows about lemon and turmeric, so I don't really need to discuss them much, but powerful antioxidants, powerful anti-inflammatory, alkalizing for the body. Garlic, another essential piece of the puzzle for bad bugs. The sulfur helps with mercury, all metals. And this garlic juice comes out real thick, so you kind of gotta jam it out. I like throwing a lime in there every once in a while, make things interesting. With this juicer, you really don't even need to cut off the skin, as long as they're washed and they're not super dirty. We got some lemongrass here. Lemongrass is really badass. This is, you know, it's found in many different parts of the world, but very often in the Amazon jungle. And this is the plants that the shamans use so often. This is their remedy for almost any stomach ailment, parasites, all kinds of digestive issues. Yerba Luisa in Spanish is what they use for everything. In fact, if you go to a really good ayahuasca center, what they'll have you do before drinking ayahuasca is they'll have you drink a super concentrated yerba luisa tea, and followed by drinking a bunch of water. It's called a vomitivo, and this is when you drink basically super concentrated lemongrass tea followed by so much water that you're forced to puke. And this, you know, energetically allows you to release some stuff that you're holding on to before drinking ayahuasca. So, you know, this is going to be a lot of lemongrass, but I really, really love it. And so does my body. I'm gonna jam the machine up. Break this up into pieces, but not this time. Actually, the only other lemongrass I've been using is this little guy here. I've never used that whole big full plant, so I guess the juicer can't really handle it. I must say though, this juicer is badass. Honestly, that's the first time this has ever happened, and I've been juicing everything. Use the little ones or cut the pieces in half. Alright, then we got parsley. Parsley's amazing for the liver. You know, I know a lot of us are always concerned about our liver. We take liver tonics, and milk thistle is really amazing for the liver, but something else that I found probably equally as important to keep a clean liver is drinking parsley juice. Very strong stuff. By the way, this juicer is really amazing. Like, that was the first time I've ever seen it jam up. So, I don't want you to think that this isn't a good juicer or the right one to get. I mean, I've owned a bunch of them, and I've been nothing but pleased with this one. We got some rosemary here. From the garden, actually. Three more ingredients. Now, of course, you don't need to do all of these, but I just like making it above and beyond, of course. That's the Detox dude's way. This is some watercress, very, very nutrient dense. Awesome plant. Highly alkalizing. Ginger. And last but not least, a little daikon radish. Daikon radish is extremely amazing for removing mucus, as with lemon and garlic and ginger. But daikon radish is probably the most anti-mucus plant on the planet. And I've been drinking daikon radish straight, actually, and been removing a bunch of mucoid plaque as a result. So there we have it. We got a full shot. This is more than a shot, but you know, not a full juice, just kind of enough to, you know, take a few big sips and charge yourself for the next few hours. So I'm gonna shake this up, and sometimes what I do, put a little stinging nettle from Herb Farm, full dropper, and some horsetail from Herb Farm, some of my two favorite herbs for heavy metal toxicity. Not to detoxify heavy metals, but to support the system. Horsetail has silica, which is essential against aluminum, and nettle has, I think it's probably, funny, I never did the nettles, but it's probably the most nutrient dense plant on the planet, as far as the nutrients that the body really needs, especially when detoxing heavy metals. So last but not least, I'll throw in some nettles in there. Now, of course, you could make less substance if you want, right? If this is too much liquid to kind of take a shot with, that's fine. And I generally make little smaller doses than this when I'm just taking my shots. Or you can take one shot now and take another shot, you know, in an hour or so. So, generally, it's not a good idea to chug the juices. You really want to coat them with your saliva a little bit, especially if you're having a really large glass of juice. If you're having a shot or two, it's fine to just take it down. This is just passing that amount of juice that you could really chug. It's going to upset your stomach, especially with all of this super strong stuff. So I'll just have it in like, you know, 3 or 4 big gulps. To me, it's amazing. Other people will probably cringe. I really, really love it though. And the lemon makes it nice and sweet, especially for me. I hardly have sugar, so it's really a treat. So that will go right to your brain. Whew, it's like charges you. So I'll go over the ingredients one more time. I put lemon, garlic, lime, ginger, parsley, daikon radish, lemongrass, watercress, nettles. I had a little rosemary from the garden. Sometimes I put rhubarb in there sometimes. And then of course horsetail and nettle if you want to boost it. And you know, also what I do once a day is also make a greens juice with like the typical celery, cucumber, mint, ginger, the one you find in stores. But this is what I also like doing once a day to really go really dense with the vegetables. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.